Hey guys, it's King of Modder here. Today I'm doing a quick video on how to get meshes into Spintires. So I'm actually going to start by throwing over my internet. This is using 3ds Max because I have had no luck with Blender or Google SketchUp. So of course you can port those over to 3ds Max and then yeah. I'm not going to show how to get 3ds Max. It's legally free if you're a student. And a lot of people get it even if they aren't. So anyways, you're going to need to download a plugin. I've already downloaded mine, but I will download it again. Now you'll notice here it says max 5 to 8, 5 to 8, 6 to 8, Max 9, 9, 2008, you know, it has all these versions, but it's missing every version. It has every version but 2014. Max 2013 works with 2014. Alright. Yes, you may not trust the site, so if you don't, once you're done downloading, run a scan. Once you download your file, you can scan the file too if you have a Vera. I don't know what any other antiviruses can do. But so you'll download it. I have 2015, so let's move easy bit out of the way. Very quick download. You open it up and it says exporter, and you go into there. Open up the 64-bit. 2015 only works on 64-bit computers, from what I can tell. And now you're going to need to open up Windows Explorer and bring it over here. Now you go to your local disk, and if you have a 64-bit computer, actually either way it's going to be in the regular program files, not times 86. It'll be in program files, Autodesk 2015, and then you scroll down till you see plugins. Now if you have another version of 3ds Max, like 2012, that's what I had a while ago, it'll be in the same area, but I believe it's plug-ins. You open that up, and you'll see I have exporter.dle in here because I've already installed it, and basically just drag that file out into there. I've done it, so I don't need to do it again. And that's it for installing it. Now you just have to, if you had 3ds Max open, you close it, reopen it, and there you go. It's installed. Now, just to test to make sure that it's installed right, you go to export, and you'll see you should have X file. It should say right there, right? And just cancel. That shows that it's successfully installed. So now, I'm doing this video specifically with a tire. I'm actually going to be turning my tire into a dually, so why not do that now? This is the Man Cat 1 8x8 tire, well, and 4x4. So I'll line it in here. It'll probably be easier for me. Alright, so I have my tire. This is all you need, and I'll open up the Container Explorer here. For whatever reason, this is still here. I can close you. Alright, so as you can see, rim 01 because I have a second rim. I have two tires. And so that's simply, once you have your wheels built or your truck built, you'll see that it's actually inside of these 4 boxes outlined with that. And if I click on any of these objects, they should actually be exactly on 0 on everything except the Z, unless you have a single wheel, which then it should look like that. Alright, so now that when you have your wheel set up, I'm actually going to take this tire and collapse my X-form on it. Alright, so just to pretend that I didn't have the X-form on it already, right? So I'm going to attach this into that one. You don't have to, but you can. The less objects in your scene, the smaller the the smaller the file. So the size, so gigabytes. So I'm attaching the rim as well, and now because I had a UVW unwrap on here, I'm going to check that it's still wrapped properly, and it is. So that's good. Alright, so tires and rim. Now I have tire, rim, right? Not what I wanted to do. So that's pretty well all you need. Now, because you haven't put your model into Spintires yet, you probably don't know this. You go to Utilities tab on this right panel here. Click on the Reset X form and then reset the selected. Do each one individually. Then, individually, again, go to the Hierarchy tab, which is the big box, and 3 little boxes. And go to the click on Transform and Scale on both the rim and the tire, or each object in your truck scene. And now both of them should have an orange box around them. You can keep that orange box around it, or you can right click and collapse to. Right click on your modifiers modifier list, sorry, and collapse it. Now, collapsing it basically it tells the it tells the mesh that it's almost starting over, I guess. It's hard to explain. But anyways, I've got this all set up, but now you'll notice that, oh well, my pivot point's off. So for tires, not for trucks you don't have to do this, but for specifically tires you have to go into the hierarchy tab again for both objects or all objects in the scene. Go Effect Pivot Only, and then with your move tool activated, right click on the 2 little arrows that are by the Z-axis, and then deactivate Effect Pivot Only. Go and do the same thing to any other object. And now I'm going to explain something here. The reason why you have to do that would be, you see how there's only one tire in this whole scene, right? Here's the front of the rim. Here's the back of the rim. Now, when you export this, you only export one file, and you only add, you only use that one file in your truck. So it has to mirror it from the left side to the right side when it's put onto the truck. That mirroring won't turn out right. Now you'll see if I take my rims and I do a mirror across the Z-axis, which is what it'll do, it mirrors in spot, right? Almost perfect. If I look on this side now, it's almost perfect, but I didn't mirror the tires with it, of course, so it's going to be a little off, but there's a reason for it anyways, and I'm actually going to make sure that's center and that's center. Alright, so now, now let's say my pivot point was down here where it was before. Now, when I mirror it, look how far off it is. Right? It's that's exactly how it's gonna mirror in with Spintires. So you'll have your rim on the left side be perfect. Your tire and rim will be in the right spot. The right side it won't be. It'll be screwed up. So you have to make sure you do that. Now the last thing you have to do before you export is use working pivot. Just click on that button and go up here and export. Now you're going to go to your directory. So for me, that's Spintires copy, media, meshes, and then to the trucks file. And now select that X file save as type. Make sure it's X file. Okay. And here, 1 second. Alright. I just didn't see the easy bid recorder here. Apparently it was hiding on me. I was worried I wasn't going to be able to stop the video. Okay. So, yeah, it's ready for export. So, again, your directory, media, meshes, trucks. Make sure it's set as an X file, and give it the name you want. So for me, this is gonna be, let's see, what's man cat 1 underscore wheel double. Alright, that's fine. And save. Now you'll need to go into the I need to open the other one. Alright, you need to go into your meshes trucks folder. Actually, those are the wrong directory actually. So medium meshes, open a new window, trucks, and I'll get this one set up too. Alright, so that's basically, now we got through the exporting part. Now we're going to, for me, I already have an XML set up, so I'll explain the XML setup that you want. So you can take any wheel that's already in the game, right click, and if you have Notepad++, edit with Notepad++, or if you just have Notepad, then just open with Notepad. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so as you can see, this is the file. Now you may be wondering, what is this? What do they mean by mesh? What do they now the tire may not have mesh, so if your tire and rim are separate, then make sure you copy the name that you have here and go into your file and you type in mesh equals quote and then go Control V and then quote it again. Alright, it has to have a quote on both sides of the word you want, an equal sign, and mesh. Now, the albedo map is the color file you want for it, which in the other video I did shows you exactly how to make a very simple color file, and that's what I did for these wheels. I also quickly touched on making an alpha through 3ds Max. The alpha allows mud to collect on your wheels, so yep. The glossiness type is rubber, and your spec map, the spec map is going to be the color that's reflecting off the object. So everything I have here is fine. Also, you're going to notice it says wheel mesh rubber radius. Rubber radius is basically going to be the point from the edge of the tire to the rim. So what you can do is actually counting from the very inside here. So as you can see right here, mine is 0.3 y-axis, and it said down there 0.3. So Actually, my wheels seem to be a little weird here, so I'm gonna center it and actually center my objects here. In fact, they would only center to object. Well, ain't that crappy. Okay. We have little problems like this quite often. Okay. Alright. Well, whatever, it was bothering me a little bit, but it'll be fine. So, now you go File, Save As, and change it to whatever the name of your X file is. It has to be the exact same name. So for me, I just have to add double onto the end of it. And then make sure you type in .xml. You don't need to with Notepad++, but you need to in regular Notepad. Alright, so that's done. We have a new X and Mesh XML done. Now we're going to go into the Media Classes Wheels folder and open up a wheel, the one that's probably closest to the size of your wheel. And I'll just open up my old wheel that I had. Open it up. Mesh, it's asking for the Mesh XML. So it would be this XML we made right here. Type that exact name in. So for me, I just have to add double onto the end. Now the radius is going to be the tip of the tire here. So for me, that's 0.676. 0.67 is close. The width, it's going to be one side times 2. So mine is 0.453 times that by 2. So I'll do 0.45, so that'll be 9. So my width is 9 on these wheels. Let's see, now the mass is the weight that your wheel has. Any object in Spintires has to... any object in Spintires does have to have a mass. Too much mass in the game will freak out, and I found this out a while ago, trying to get more than 3 add-ons to work on my truck. I got it to work, thanks to Ariel and one of the guys on the team. So, friction is going to be how much traction you have on ground. Substance friction is going to be the amount of traction in mud. The higher your substance friction, the more fuel loss you will have. 3.25 is actually too high. 1.25 is almost perfect. 3.25 will give you up to 300 and some liters a minute. It's very unfriendly, so yeah, that's pretty much the setup here. Now softness for scale. The force scale is going to be the how much the wheel will deform or squish, I guess. You don't want it too low. If the number's 0.1, it actually starts to stop deforming your wheel visually and just deform it physically. So your wheel actually starts to go through the ground a bit. The max excel, I believe, is the bounciness. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's what I found through testing, at least. Now we're going to go save as and save this as a new wheel. And .xml again for all you Notepad users. And not Mm. Yeah, I'm not, you know what, never mind, never mind. Let's now go over to our truck, and our truck's located in the classes/trucks. My truck specifically is the Ural. Now I have that open. I'm going to go in here and make it a wheel add-on. So, I believe I removed my wheel add-ons, wheel sets. Alright. I believe this is the right coding I have here. Let me just go to another truck and copy it. Which one has multiple wheel sets on it? The Kraz, I think. I'll go to the Kamaz. Alright, so yeah, I had it right pretty much. Copy. I'll show you which coding to change once I get back onto my truck. Alright, so paste that in there. Now you're going to change the title to whatever you want. Mine's going to be doubles. It's only going to work on the rear wheels. So this is the left, right, left, right. So I want, because this is an 8x8, it's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7. One thing you may not know about the XMLs, it starts at 0 always and then goes up. As you can see here, 0, 1, 2, 3. So even though you have 8 wheels, the number only goes up to 7, right? And now the type is going to be the name of the XML you just created. For me, that's man wheel double. So man underscore wheel double. Now you can save this. I'm gonna go in here, open up Spintires. Oh, alright. It's gonna open up another directory of Steam because Steam was closed apparently. So you guys won't be able to see my screen at this moment. I don't think I can even see my screen. Oh, wait, there it is. It's loading. Accept. There we go. I'm trying to do this video a little slower than last time. You know, make it a little easier for you guys so you can keep up. I'll go to the hill map. This loading, please wait, is always interesting. Alright, so I'm just going to drive a little bit to get this to go away. Alright, and doubles. Now I have dualies in the back. I'll need to move them outwards, it looks like. They work, they get mud on them, they're roughly the right size. So, there you go. That's how to get a mesh into Spintires. Specifically, that was a tire, but that pretty well works for almost any other object. So, if you guys would like me to do specifically a truck or specifically an add-on, I will do that as well. If you have ideas for any other videos, let me know. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.